So, I tried boba tea for the first time today, and it's weird, but it's good at the same time. Like, I thought it was going to be just disgusting, but it actually tasted pretty good. Also, I found the clip to my microphone now. It was in my car, so at least it wasn't like gone forever, but it's here. Hello, my name is Grant Schofstall. I'm an automotive photographer as well as videographer, as well as the owner of a Fiat 500 Bart. And today, I want to talk about one of my favorite lenses I shoot on. And it's a lens that I actually didn't know really existed until I kind of bought it. It's right here. It is the Panasonic 14 mil. It's a 14 millimeter f2.5. Yes, f2.5. And it's what Panasonic would call a pancake lens. It literally is not even an inch thick. This is an absolutely tiny lens, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about today and sort of give my impressions and why I love this lens so much. I want to start off with the form factor. And I know when it comes to photography and especially videography, the bigger the lens, generally the better the look it's going to produce. But I kind of want to say how small this lens is and how good of a lens it is to shoot. This is tiny. It is so small. On the G9, it looks like it doesn't even belong on there. And when I throw it on the GX85 in this sort of form, it literally fits the body so well that it looks like it's a normal size lens. This lens and its size is absolutely amazing, and it makes it great for when I'm shooting on a gimbal because I can just throw it right on and balance it up quick, and it's not taking up a lot of, it's light. This thing is absolutely tiny, and I love it. It's such a good little tiny lens. Next, I want to kind of talk about this lens as a photography lens. Now, I don't really like to use it too much for my professional stuff. I usually stick to my 25 and sometimes go to my 12 mil if I need a wide angle, but this for street photography is absolutely perfect. Now, when I say it's a 14 mil, it's a 14 millimeter on a 35 millimeter sensor. So if you take the Panasonic Micro Four Thirds crop factor into play, this 14 mil is actually a 28 mil. It looks really good, and it's not too wide to where you get this sort of warped perspective of reality that a lot of wider angle lenses tend to do, but it still offers a very streetable photography style lens. In my previous video on street photography and automotive photography and shooting that way, this is the lens I use. This is my go-to, I just need to throw on a lens and I want to just go out and shoot. This is that go-to lens for like a street photography sort of mindset. I have used it in some professional gigs if I am in a smaller environment and I need a wider angle lens. The f-stop is comparable to my 12 mil, which my 12 mil is a mica 12 mil. It's an f2.8. So I guess this can let in a little bit more light, but it's kind of minute comparable to that lens, but it still offers such a wider perspective. Say, if I'm shooting an interior of a car, if I'm shooting an engine bay of a car, and I'm trying to get photos of that, this is perfect. And one other little Easter egg on this is a 46 millimeter thread. That is actually the same exact size as my 25 millimeter, which is my favorite lens of all time. And actually, I have a step-up ring because my 12 mil uses a 72 millimeter thread. And like this just fits in with the ecosystem so well. And the autofocus performance with this lens is surprisingly good. So my last point is obviously the video aspect of this lens and why I absolutely love to use this for video work. And it's the fact that it's wide, but it's not wide at the same time. The issue with wider lenses is you get sort of that warped perspective of the space. And this doesn't do that. This actually is it doesn't distort the image that much. So when I'm shooting video with it, it gives a wider look, but it's not distorting the image. So I'll throw this on my gimbal a lot of the times, and I'll do some of these longer shots. If I'm at a car show and cars are packed together, you don't have a lot of room to walk around, you don't have a lot of room to use a 25mm lens, you have to use something wide. This thing is phenomenal for that. I can throw this on, rely on my autofocus, which the G9's autofocus surprisingly is very good. I can use my autofocus when I need to, and it performs phenomenally. This is very much you're not gonna rig this lens up. You're not gonna rig it up at all to put on a cinema rig. This is very much a run and gun sort of, I need to use autofocus type of lens. You can use manual focus, but it's so, why would you? Like, it literally, you have like a quarter of an inch between the actual body and your lens gear, and it's a fly-by-wire, so why would you want to pull focus with this lens? It actually doesn't knock down the lens in my opinion, it just is something to know that it's not a good manual focusing lens for that stuff. It's better used with autofocus, especially on Panasonic systems. But what I want to do before I end this video is I actually want to switch this lens and sort of show you it on this environment. You have been watching me for who knows, like a few minutes now, and you have been seeing me through the eyes of my 25mm. Let's view this video through the eyes of the 14mm, shall we? Welcome to the world of the 14mm. I didn't move the camera position, I just tilted it down a little bit to adjust for headspace, but as you can see, it still is a very good looking lens in this aspect. Obviously, you've seen this lens at work already in some of the other videos I've done before, but I just wanted to show you in the form of this video to give like a back-to-back impression of, well, this is what the lens looks like in this environment. But yeah, this is the 14mm f2.5 from Panasonic. I really do recommend this lens to anybody who shoots on the Panasonic Micro Four Thirds systems. It is a fantastic little pancake lens, and it's not too expensive either. I think it's like 250 bucks. Let me actually double check on that because I don't want to give you a number and then be like, oh, it's wrong. For a $200 lens, it's a good little deal. I mean, to get any other lens with this focal length, even from a Chinese third party, you're looking of upwards of $400. This is $200. This is almost the same, this is just $100 more than the 25mm Panasonic offers. And I don't see a lot of people really talking about it or using it. But I do recommend it highly. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, a little review of my recommendation of the Panasonic 14mm f2.5. If you guys like this video, I know you probably hate hearing YouTubers say this, but please like, please comment, please subscribe. It helps us put more content out, and it helps with the YouTube algorithm to get these videos out to other people as well. As I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Take care.